Lion begs gorilla for help. What the gorilla did next left scientists stunned. The jungle was not quiet. Though the sun had just begun its slow descent beyond the horizon, the Congolese rainforest pulsed with life. The air was thick and heavy, choked with the scent of wet earth, moss, and flowering vines. Trees rose like ancient pillars, their canopies fused in a great green ceiling that turned daylight into an emerald haze. Beneath this cathedral of nature, every leaf, every shadow seemed to breathe. Somewhere deep within the jungle's tangled arteries, beneath massive ferns and hanging curtains of lianas, something was moving and bleeding. The lion shouldn't have been there. He was out of place in this kingdom of mist and shadow. Lions belong to the savannas, the open grasslands and golden plains, where their roars echoed across the horizon like thunder. But this one, huge and lone, stalked the undergrowth of a place not made for him. His golden fur was streaked with dark mud, his tail limp, his gait uneven. A wound tore down his haunch, jagged, swollen, and wet with blood. Each step was a battle. Every breath rattled with pain. He paused beneath a fig tree that had grown sideways from the edge of a ridge, panting heavily. The air buzzed with insects drawn to the scent of his blood, and his ears twitched at their whine. But he didn't swat them. He didn't seem to notice them. His eyes, dull yet determined, were fixed forward, following something, a trail, a memory. He was dying, but not running. He was looking for something, someone. Several miles away, in a secluded hollow where a gentle waterfall spilled into a basin choked with ferns, the ground trembled, not from an earthquake, but from something far more ancient. Bukavu sat in silence. The silverback was massive, even for a dominant male. His back was a ridge of dense muscle and silver fur, his arms like stone pillars wrapped in black vines. His breath was slow, deliberate, sinking with the fall of water. Eyes like polished obsidian stared ahead, unblinking. There was power in him, yes, but also patience, the kind that came only from time, loss, and the weight of watching a jungle change around you, yet never bowing to it. Around him, his troop was quiet. They watched their leader the way trees watched the wind, without question, until he moved. Bukavu stood, just a shift in posture, a rolling of shoulders, but instantly all eyes followed. Even the youngest gorilla, a wide-eyed male barely old enough to beat his chest, froze mid-motion. Something in the forest had changed. Bukavu smelled it, heard it, felt it through the soles of his hands. Predator. No, a wounded predator. He began walking toward the edge of their territory. Alone. The lion stumbled into the clearing minutes later. He didn't roar. He didn't growl. His head hung low, blood trailing from his paw like red ink on green parchment. He collapsed near the water's edge, shivering, ribs heaving, his body no longer able to fight gravity, but his eyes were open, searching. Bukavu emerged from the brush not 20 feet away. The lion saw him, stirred, managed to raise his head. Bukavu watched in silence. The forest held its breath. The lion reached forward, not to attack, but to offer. With effort, he raised one blood-caked paw and extended it toward Bukavu, a gesture that had no place in instinct. It was not dominance, not aggression. It was asking. Bukavu approached, cautiously, each step careful, waited. The others watched from the trees, hidden among the leaves. The jungle itself went still. The lion's paw shook in the air. Bukavu stopped just beside him, towered over the broken king of a different realm. His fingers curled, then slowly uncurled. And gently, impossibly gently, the silverback laid his thick hand across the lion's paw. A stillness fell that no wind dared disturb. Miles away, in a remote research center perched on the edge of Mount Nyiragongo, scientists stared at the footage in disbelief. A satellite drone had caught the interaction by accident, its motion sensor triggered by the lion's unusual heat signature moving into the gorilla's mapped range. "What? What am I watching?" Dr. Elena Miles whispered. The monitor displayed a still frame, a massive lion lying prone, paw outstretched, and a silverback gorilla kneeling beside him, their hands, paw, and palm touching. "Get the behavioral model," someone muttered. "There's no model for this," another snapped. It wasn't just rare, it was impossible. And yet it had happened. And the forest knew why. It just hadn't told them yet.